Welcome to the AI for Technical Writers podcast by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. This is episode 121. I'm Fred, and I'm joined by my colleague Daphne.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're looking at what you could call a seismic event in the tech world. It's a move that really signals a massive shift in how AI infrastructure is being built.
And if you're in IT strategy or you're documenting foundational tech, this is one of those moments you really have to pay attention to.
Absolutely. This analysis was actually suggested by our producer, senior technical writer, Curt Robbins.
Right, because the implications here for documenting complex systems are pretty immediate.
So we're going to be pulling insights from excerpts of an article from LinkedIn. It's titled, Jeff Bezos Takes the Reins at Mystery AI Startup.
And that was written by Emma W. Thorne, published on November 17, 2025.
Our goal today is to look past the huge financial numbers and really understand what it means when an industry titan like Bezos decides the current AI foundation just isn't good enough.
That it basically needs to be torn down and rebuilt from the ground up.
Exactly. And that headline, it is a big one. We're talking about the return of one of the most successful operational executives out there.
And that's the key phrase, isn't it? Operational executive.
Right. The big news here is that Jeff Bezos is taking on an active operational role again. It's his first chief executive job since he stepped down from Amazon. What was it, 4 years ago?
2021, yeah. So this isn't him just being an advisor or, a board member. This is hands-on.
He's coming back as co-CEO of a brand new startup. The name is Project Prometheus.
And the money they're starting with is just staggering. Sources are confirming the company has already pulled in more than $6 billion.
$6 billion.
Specifically, I think it was $6.2 billion. And a good chunk of that is coming from Bezos himself.
$6 billion on day one. That instantly makes it one of the most capitalized AI startups anywhere in the world.
You don't raise that kind of capital for a small improvement.
No, you don't. And that's the point. When someone with his track record puts in that much of his own money, and more importantly, his time, this is not a passive investment.
The article used a great phrase. They said he is rolling up his sleeves.
He is. He's signaling he is all in. This is a direct challenge to the current giants, to the way cloud computing and chip manufacturing for AI is done.
It's a declaration that the current rails just aren't good enough for what's coming.
So the big question is, what are they building that requires such a radical move? I think we have to start with the name.
Project Prometheus.
Yeah, let's decode that because it gives a huge clue, especially for our audience of technical writers and knowledge managers.
It's a fantastic mythological connection. In the Greek legend, Prometheus steals fire from the gods and gives it to humanity.
Right.
But it wasn't just fire. It was the gift of civilization. And that gift included, the civilized arts, things like writing, numbers, medicine.
The fundamental tools for sharing knowledge.
Exactly. So it immediately connects the mission back to communication, to systems, and to creating robust knowledge.
So that's the philosophical underpinning. But the company's actual focus seems intensely practical, industrial even.
Very much so. The sources say they are targeting AI to optimize heavy industry. So think improving the manufacturing of computers, aerospace parts, cars.
This is industrial scale stuff.
And that's where the technical ambition just comes into sharp focus. Prometheus is apparently chasing what the article calls the holy grail of AI, making large models dramatically faster, cheaper, and way more energy efficient by completely reinventing the entire hardware to software stack.
Okay, let's pause on that phrase, reinventing the stack. For any IT professional or technical writer listening, this is the most important signal in the whole announcement.
It really is. Because right now, the AI stack is pretty much dominated by, the big cloud providers and very specialized, very power-hungry GPUs from, mostly from one company.
And training these models is slow, it's incredibly expensive, and the energy consumption is just massive.
So if Prometheus actually succeeds, they aren't just creating a new piece of software. They are building a bespoke, vertically integrated system.
So the chip, the OS, the development tools.
All of it. All designed to work together for maximum efficiency in an industrial setting, which for a technical writer changes everything.
Everything. Because you're no longer just documenting some off-the-shelf cloud API or a standard Python library.
Exactly. Now you're documenting a closed end-to-end industrial platform that probably involves hardware specs, custom deployment protocols.
And all the stringent regulatory compliance you'd need for aerospace or automotive.
Absolutely. The stakes are so much higher. It takes you from documenting consumer apps to mission-critical infrastructure where failure could be catastrophic.
And they're pulling in the talent to do it. The startup already has nearly 100 employees.
And they're poaching engineers from everywhere. OpenAI, DeepMind, Meta. They've got the money, the target, and now the people. And co-founder Bajaj is joining as co-CEO alongside Bezos. It's a formidable team.
Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the AI for Technical Writers podcast. So before the break, we laid out the technical challenge, reinventing the entire hardware to software stack for industry. Let's talk about what this means for the broader market and, for your company's planning.
Well, you have to look at the Bezos playbook, as the source calls it. When he picks something, he doesn't chase a feature.
No.
He builds a platform. He builds something foundational that changes how an entire industry works. He did it with retail, he did it with the cloud, with AWS, and he did it with the supply chain.
And that is the definitive signal here. When the person who basically wrote the book on modern web services chooses AI infrastructure as his second act, that isn't noise. That's a clear signal that the current foundation is ready to be completely disrupted, and that the real winners, long-term, are the ones who control that underlying platform.
It does raise the question of whether it's even possible, though. Building a whole new stack is so audacious, so expensive. I mean, there's a bit of hubris in saying you can do better than Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA combined.
But $6 billion buys you a very, very good shot at trying.
It certainly does. And I think the key takeaway for every IT planner, every technical writer listening is this. Project Prometheus is more proof that if you still think of AI as just a feature,
something you can just plug in later.
Right. Instead of seeing it as the new foundation that everything else will be built on top of, then you are already falling behind.
It's a platform bet. Pure and simple. We are heading to a future where optimized AI infrastructure is as fundamental to industry as, electricity.
Or logistics. And of course, this puts Bezos right back in the innovation spotlight. It kicks off a new round of competition, especially with figures like Elon Musk.
You see that echo of the Blue Origin versus SpaceX rivalry.
Exactly. The expectation here is that they'll translate all this deep learning talent and this custom-built stack into actual deployable end-to-end solutions for manufacturing and aerospace.
The industry is defined by complexity and safety. The documentation challenge alone is just enormous.
It's like the unstated second mission of the entire project, ensuring compliance, version control, clarity across proprietary hardware and software.
So let's wrap this up and bring it back to you, the listener. The source commentary posed a really provocative question, one I think you need to ask inside your own organization. Does seeing Jeff Bezos jump back into an operational AI role make you feel more confident about the future of AI? Or does it make you feel like your company, and maybe more importantly, its documentation strategy for these new systems, is moving way, way too slowly to adapt?
It really forces you to ask. Are we just getting ready to use AI features, or are we preparing to build on top of entirely new AI platforms?
Thank you for listening to the AI for Technical Writers podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.